Hello and welcome to Backstage at the Barbican in London. My name's Rachel Leach and I'm going to be with you for about 20 minutes in the run-up to tonight's live stream concert on YouTube by the London Symphony Orchestra. So tonight's repertoire is Verdi's magnificent Requiem. Just a tiny bit of background to that piece. Verdi was born into a humble family in the countryside of Italy, and by the 1860s he was the #1 operatic composer of the day, one of the best operatic composers of all time. And he was in a bit of semi-retirement when he was asked to write one movement of a Requiem to commemorate Rossini. Now that piece never took off, but a few years later Verdi fleshed it out into a big 15-movement Requiem that we're going to hear tonight in honour of Italian novelist Mazzoni. Now, when you think of the Requiem, even if you've only heard it 1 or 2 times, the thing that you probably think about, you probably remember, is the mighty Dies Irae movement, which comes back several times during the piece. Now, that really does sound like you're looking into the jaws of hell. And one of the reasons for that is the percussion section. So I'm joined by Neil Percy, Principal Percussion of the LSO. So you're the one on the big drum tonight.
I'm the one on the big drum tonight, Rachel. The jaws of hell. I've never heard it described like that, so I'll do my very best. I'll do my very best.
How do you feel when you play that? Because it is very angry.
I try not to feel angry because for me I'm still trying to get a really good sound. So although there's drama and although there's lots of tension in the piece and I've got a great dialogue with the timpani, I'm still looking to get the best sound that I possibly can. But it is an incredibly dramatic moment, and rest assured most people in the building are going to hear it when it comes
Oh,
in.
definitely. And you've got 2 bass drums tonight.
I do. That's purely a personal thing, and the bass drum that I use for the big notes in the Dies Irae is very punchy, and it cuts across really well. But later on, we need things that are sort of quite sonorous. So I've got another drum that's a little bit more sonorous, and I use them together. So you've got the punch of one drum, and then this really nice deep ringing sonority of the other one. So played together, it just gives it's almost like just a tiny punch in the stomach.
And you're playing them at the same time?
And I'm playing them at the same time just to get something. It's just a personal thing and something that that I like to do.
Wow. Well, it's getting time for the concert, so I'll leave you to go and get ready.
Fantastic.
I'm going to wander over here. Now, as I wander, you'll see some of Backstage at the Barbican. We can only show you a little bit. But here is the cafe where everyone hangs out, and they might wave at us. There you go. That's some of the players having their last cup of tea. The Backstage is a sort of horseshoe that goes round the back of the actual stage. And all the dressing rooms are along here. And here is our new principal guest conductor, Maestro Noseda. Welcome, Maestro.
Thank you so much.
So this is a very exciting night for you. I know you've conducted the LSO on tour, but this is your first official Barbican concert as principal guest conductor. How do you feel?
I feel the responsibility, but also I feel incredibly well surrounded by great artists. We are going to open the season, so that means a little bit more pressure, but I know with the strength and the artistry of the artist of the chorus, the artist of the orchestra, and the 4 fantastic soloists, we will really hopefully do something good.
Brilliant. Well, I'll let you go and get ready because the time is ticking. Thank you for talking to us.
Ciao.
Thank you. We were going to talk to somebody over here, but they look very busy. But this is the hub where it all happens before a concert. They make sure we get on stage at the right time and stuff like that. So I don't know if you can get a shot down there of everybody just kind of hanging out and getting ready, getting dressed. There you go. So back over here, we've got some members of the London Symphony Chorus. Now, it's a special year for them because they're celebrating their 50th birthday. And in 50 years, they've performed Verdi's Requiem 44 times. And it's often performed at a serious occasion or to commemorate something big or, obviously to commemorate somebody's death. So let's find out who we've got here and we'll find out their Verdi stories. So let's go down the line. Everybody tell me your name.
My name's Simon Wales. I'm in the tenor section.
Vanessa Knapp, alto.
And Gerald, I'm in bass.
Helen Palmer, alto. Dorothy Nesbitt, alto.
Brilliant. So have you all sung the Verdi several times?
Yes.
Do you know how many times?
No.
Do you want to let's take a guess. How many do you guess you've done?
8.
8?
5?
Oh, okay, baby.
My first time, actually.
It's your first time! Oh!
About 5 or 6, I would think.
5 or 6?
It's got to be more than that. Over 30 years, it would be quite a number
It
of
would be
times.
quite a number. So you've been with the chorus for over 30 years?
Not over for me.
No, but okay. So were any of you...
35.
Wow. So were any of you around at the very special time when we did it to commemorate Diana's death at the proms?
Yes.
And I hear that was a very profound version
It
of
was because Schulte was supposed to conduct and Sir Colin Davis took over, and Princess Diana was the patron of the chorus, and then she passed away, so it was in her honour.
Wow.
And because we were so close to Kensington Palace, I remember going over to look at the flowers before the performance. It was, I think, the longest silence ever at the end of a performance. It felt like minutes.
Wow.
It was such a long pause.
And it was within days of the tragedy, wasn't
just
it?
a couple of weeks afterwards, I think. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So you're all like real people and you have actual jobs, right? Yes. So how do you make it fit into your life, singing in a chorus? Because you've all got real jobs, right?
I don't have a real job anymore.
Oh, okay. But you probably did at one point, right?
I did for a long time, yes.
Right. And is this just in the evenings? It's just a kind
Yeah,
of...
2 evenings a week.
2 evenings a week?
Weekends. Yeah,
Wow.
it's very
So
busy.
you make it fit. And you're all going to New York, I hear?
Yeah.
Now, how does that work? Do you have to take time off work?
Yeah. Well, I will be between jobs. So
Okay.
not for me.
So you just have to juggle to make it fit what's going on.
It's a whistle-stop tour. It's just 4 nights, I think. So we
Wow.
fly in, we have a choral singing day at the concert, and then we go home. So,
Wow, okay.
but
So
it'd be
no
nice
time for
to-
jet lag? Anything like that? No. And the LSO, tell me, what are they like? I mean, I know, got to tell you that Simon actually used to work very high up in the office and run our venue, St. Luke's, so you know all about the orchestra.
I did, but I left working for the orchestra over 10 years ago, so it's nice to come back in a different guise, but I used to sing in the chorus and work for the orchestra. I still know a lot of people in the orchestra. It's really nice to see everyone again. It's very exciting now, though. I think the programme, the touring, the artists that they're working with, it's exceptional.
You all agreeing with that? Very exciting time. Well, guys, you've got to get halfway round backstage, up the stairs and through the little hatch, haven't you? And you've got about 5 minutes to do that. So I might just say goodbye to you now and thank you for talking to us. And Toy, have a good Verdi. So we're coming up to the end of our time. I'm going to take you back over to where the artists go on stage. The thing about this Requiem is that originally people said that it was just too operatic because, of course, Verdi was a great opera composer. And they said he wasn't taking the liturgy seriously enough. And that's because he wasn't a particularly religious man himself. It was Brahms that said it would take an absolute genius to write a piece as brilliant as this. And tonight, all of the things are lined up in the right place because we've got the wonderful London Symphony Orchestra doing their first concert of the season. We've got their principal guest conductor having his official beginning with us here at the Barbican, and the wonderful LSC, the chorus, who have been around now for 50 years, singing their Requiem for the 44th time. So it's going to be a really, really amazing night. And if you want to watch it, you need to go over to YouTube, where the streaming starts at 7 o'clock. If you go over to YouTube now, after we finish this broadcast, you'll probably see the stage and you'll see it start to fill up. So if I were you, I would get yourself typing in YouTube to go over and watch our live stream. Thank you so much for joining me, and hope to see you all again soon.
Orchestra, please go to the platform. Orchestra, please go to the platform.